And meanwhile, they're looking towards the 2014 midterms, and lo and behold, today he announces he's going to nominate Max Baucus. It was reported yesterday, Max Baucus to be our new ambassador to China. Baucus's allies in the Senate say he's got a lot of experience working on trade issues with China, but he certainly has no foreign policy experience that any of us have been able to determine.
Right,
there is some criticism of this even from the foreign policy community, even from within the State Department and other places.
Trade issues are big. The economic relationship is huge with China, so maybe he has insight into that. You made the suggestion earlier that he knows Congress well, and maybe China seeks that out as well. But, you know, our security issues in that part of the world are quite serious.
Enormous.
And, you know, the fact that Baucus doesn't have that background, I think, is curious. I think the choices that they've made in China, going back to John Huntsman as well, Gary Locke was more well received, but they've been kind of curious choices by this president. But he's also thinking about politics in 2014. Mary Landrieu, who's up for tough re-election, can get on the Energy Committee, and you know they're looking
Ron Wyden
defensively.
moves up to the Finance Committee chair, and meanwhile the governor in Montana can appoint.
You just made every case but the Murrs.
The lieutenant governor in Montana is running, and he's running as an underdog. So now the Democratic lieutenant governor in Montana can be appointed to the Senate, get a leg up, and get some experience.
Is it better to be an incumbent in 2014?
Well, that's a very good question.
But I do think all the arguments you made have been all over the place. They make perfect sense in terms of the Rubik's Cube part of the thing. But as for him, he hasn't been a loyalist to Obama. He's been a guy he didn't do a great job as finance chair in getting together a bipartisan, at least a semblance of a bipartisan approach to health care, which was his big goal in life. Didn't do it. We lost Enzi. We lost Ornhatch. Remember all that? There was a hope there. And a lot of it, of course,
you're talking back in 2009 when the Finance Committee was working on it.
something that was a real grown-up approach to health care instead of a partisan one.